Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to the city of Podgorica in the country of Montenegro for tonight's FIBA Basketball World Cup European qualifying matchup between our hosts Montenegro and the visitors Les Bleus France. Well, it is going to be a very interesting matchup. France being one of the greatest powerhouses of world basketball. Well, Montenegro, these two teams would have seen each other in the qualification up in the FIBA Eurobasket. They can see France remaining undefeated against Montenegro. Hungary and Portugal, who continue to remain winless here in the qualifiers. Well, Hungary are taking on Portugal as we speak at the moment. But right now, Les Bleus, as they're known, will be looking to maintain the undefeated streak going into the next round. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the results in the first round, they do carry on to round two. So every game is imperative here in the qualifiers up until the 2023 FIBA World Cup, which will be joint hosted between Japan, Indonesia, and Gilas, Filipinas. Well, if we look at the French roster of players that are coming out, well, number 0, Elia Kobo, but look out for number 2, Matt Mbai, who spent the last few seasons playing in Karşıyaka for Pinar Karşıyaka. Well, Vincent Proyer is also coming to the lineup along with Andrew Albasi, Tari Tape, along with Yakubu Ouattara, Opeta Cornelier, along with Paul Lacombe, and there is Louis Labouré. Labouré, there you can see, having a very good season this year in Spain's ACB. Well, for Montenegro, of course, some key players here. You can see there is Alexander Ilic. Mihailovic, of course, playing for KK Manar Basket this season this year in Montenegro. Well, there's number 7, Vasilije Becovic. Well, Nemanja Radovic also playing in the ACB, the 208-centimeter center, playing for Ukan Murthia, as well as Jonah Radova. Well, Nikola Ivanovic also having a big impact for this team. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will now stand for the national anthems of these two wonderful nations. Well, national anthems of these two wonderful nations have been sung, and now we will get set to introduce our officials for tonight's game. Our officials are coming from Italy, Greece, and Spain. From Spain, we have Fernando Calatrava. From Greece, we have Yorgos Porsanidis. And from Italy, we have Manuel Mazzoni. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're very proud to say we have some of the finest officials here in world basketball. They've done an excellent job at all of our competitions, and they will continue to do so here tonight at the Morazza Sports Center here in Podgorica, Montenegro. There are our officials from Italy, Manuel Mazzoni. From Greece, Yorgos Porsanidis. And from Spain, Fernando Calatrava. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get set to look at the starting lineups for tonight's team. And I think we're going to take a look at the visitors, Les Bleus, France. We'll be very interested to see what kind of lineup they go with. I mean, it's a very talented French national team we have here. Well, no doubt we'll probably see a Matin Bay start at the power forward here tonight. We do have Yakubu Ouattara, not to mention Elia Kubu. So again, a lot of options that this team can go for. I mean, the size and physicality of this French team is going to be amazing. Louis Laborie will play as the power forward. Yakubu Ouattara, Andrew Albasi, Vincent Poirier will start as the center. And Elia Okobo, excuse me, will start as the PG. Well, Vincent Collet, the former 6 Strasbourg coach. A lot of options. Egzi Jeté will also come off the bench, along with Lang, Tapin Corneli. But of course, the player to look out for, number 2, Amat Mbaye. Well, there is Vincent Collet, of course, the former 6 Strasbourg coach, the French national team head coach who led them in the Olympics to the silver medal, as well as a strong place at the 2019 FIBA World Cup. Now let's take a look at our host, Montenegro. Well, Montenegro going to start with the Jonah Radeba, who used to play for MRP Riesen-Leversberg in Germany, now moved over to play for Lenovo Tenerife. He will start at point guard. Zoran Nikolic will play the center. Well, it's an interesting lineup there. You got Nikola Ivanovic as well as Rado Sav, Spasojevic, Petar Popovic, player who we did see feature for Montenegro, in which they had a capitulation during the FIBA Eurobasket qualifiers, coming up short to Great Britain, France, and to Germany. Well, there is their head coach, of course. Well, Bosko Radovic knows it's going to be a big job for his team. He has to do a better job of getting his team to qualify for a position in either Japan, Indonesia, or Gilas, Filipinas. We are 1 minute away from the Tissot tip-off. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2023 FIBA World Cup qualifiers. We're live here in the city of Podgorica at the Morazza Sports Center. Les Bleus France, one of the greatest teams in international basketball, will be taking on a team with a lot of spirit, a lot of tradition. Montenegro, of course, a team with great foundations and, of course, a bit of rich history. Very young country, for that matter. It is going to be an exciting matchup here tonight. Well, one thing about Vincent Collet, of course, is one thing you know with his players is that they play with the freedom and the discipline that these players have. I mean, these are some of the top professionals here in Europe, with the likes of, I mean, when you have a Matin Bay coming off the bench for you, it says a lot about the caliber of your players. Well, Vincent Poirier, former NBA player as well, for that matter, playing for the Boston Celtics, starting as a center here tonight for Les Bleus. Well, Andrew Albasi was a member of that French national team that defeated the United States of America at the 2019 FIBA World Cup. Well, this is going to be an excellent opportunity for Jonah Radeba, who really made a name for himself in the Basketball Champions League this season with MRP Riesen-Leversberg. And as we mentioned, going over to join the champions. What's interesting about that move is, you know, Jonah Radeba was the player that caused a lot of problems for Lenovo Tenerife, causing back-to-back defeats for Tenerife in the group stage. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, basketball fans all over the world. Welcome here to Podgorica. It's game time. Business is about to pick up. Well, Andrew Albasi now trying to get things going early on here as a Kobo now coming off one screen. We're kicking this out to Albasi. They go down low here to Poirier. Poirier now with the post up, a little fadeaway in the low block, doesn't get it. Well, the rebound secured here by Montenegro. Well, France will try to force the issue very early on down low with the size and physicality with players such as Poirier and Louis Laborie. Well, Radebe now giving this one up, finding Ivanovic. Well, Ivanovic now using the contact here, but you have to get a shot up. We got a foul into the basket. I think the officials are going to call a foul on Vincent Poirier just off the ball there. So 14 on the shot clock now. Montenegro will have the ball on the baseline. Radebe now giving this one to Ivanovic. Well, the three is up from downtown. The three is no good. With the rebound secured by Ouattara. And now Kobo will send this in transition. You can see here two defenders already for the help side against Louis Laborie. Laborie turns it over, but keeps it alive under the basket. Zelman, he gets fouled, but the put-back dunk there by Vincent Poirier will not count. So Louis Laborie will go to the free throw line here for the two shots. That's two times now France have tried to go down early. And I think what they're trying to do is put a lot of pressure on the Montenegrin bigs to try and get them into foul trouble early. Well, standing at 208 centimeters, very good length. Of course, played for 6 Strasbourg back in 2018. Now remember, his rights are currently held by the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA. He makes the second free throw now. Ivanovic coming off one screen now, looking for options. Almost turns it over, keeps it alive. Kills the penetration out. Montenegro just trying to break down the very physical French defense. And tumbles his way in the low block. No foul call, doesn't get it. Poirier with a rebound, and now Elio Kobo can push this one. Kobo now, not a lot of time and space there with the pick and roll down to Poirier. Turns around, beautiful move, doesn't get it. It's smart play there by France, but the end product there for Vincent Poirier. There's great post defense coming from Zoran Nikolic. Ouattara gambles, and again another miss hit. So Kobo's got this in transition here. The foul has been committed by Nikola Ivanovic. Well, Radislav Spasijevic, you can see he had a good seal off there, but just a little too strong when he tried to kiss it off the backboard. And again, when you have a player like Elio Kobo in your lineup, France have no problem just turning it up a gear and being very quick in transition. Obviously now splits the defense. It's a handoff now with Vincent Poirier. Poirier thought about it. Kicks out again to Louis Laborie. Well, goes for the three-point. Doesn't take many three-pointers. Ouattara tries to go for the offensive rebound. Keeps it alive now. Ouattara, three, corner. Doesn't get it. Another offensive rebound here for France. Well, Montenegro really have to do a good job now with the boxing out. As they pick a pop again, Poirier. Good ballman. Ouattara, one more time from the corner. Still can't get it. As Montenegro continue to frustrate France here. Ivanovic now goes in with a little jump hook, and he gets it to go off one leg. Remember, these two teams competed here in a game at the FIBA Eurobasket qualifiers, in which Montenegro, for the majority of the game, were leading. France came back to break their hearts in the end. Laborie now gets a handoff with a Kobo. Back to Poirier. Kobo again off one screen. Hangs the air, a little floater, still can't get it. And again, it just, that basketball will not go in the basket. Poirier keeps fighting, tries to throw it down. And the big man will go to the free throw line here for two shots. Well, I'm not sure what more that's what Poirier needs to do. But again, he's working exceptionally hard there in the low block, but you can see the Montenegro defenders just double teaming every time he gets the ball in the low block. And Zoran Nikolic, he picks up the foul, so he'll go to the bench, take a breather. So Nemanja Radovic will come to the game here. Well, Vincent Poirier, originally from Calmar, France, started his professional career in 2012 with Paris Metropolitan. As we mentioned, has played in the NBA with the Boston Celtics, and briefly with the Philadelphia 76ers. Actually spent a little bit of time in the NBA G League with the former Maine Red Claws, now rebranded to the Maine Celtics. Based in South Portland, Maine, capital city of the state. As he makes it 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. And Jonah Radaba almost turns it over. And France gambling on defense. He's a man wide open, tries to go baseline. Tries to spin around, turn around, jump hook, can't get it. Labrie with a rebound, and now France can push this one. Poirier now kicks this one out. Ouattara. Foul has been called. Actually, traveling violation. Excuse me, I thought the foul was called. So well, Andrew Albasi being very physical here on defense. And Radovic tried to kill up, set a high screen, couldn't get it. Poirier with the rebound now. As Albasi looks to push this one here with Elia Kobo. Poirier now left wide open for 15 feet. It takes a jump shot, tucks it away. Well, Vincent Poirier, for the physicality he's been doing in the low block now, you can see finds it a little bit easier to knock down the open jump shot from 18 feet. Radaba now down the middle, coming off one screen, kicks this out. Well, left wide open, takes a three. The three is up. The three is good from downtown. They'll set that one outside to Nemanja Radovic. Well, the assist came from number 30, Petar Popovic. The first three-pointer of the game has been taken. Ouattara now in the corner, thrown down to Poirier. Well, heavily got by Radovic. Poirier now trying to throw a tough pass in the lane, doesn't get it, but a foul's been called. I think Poirier is looking at the officials to say, where's the kickball? But Vincent Collet is also saying, you know, this is basketball, this isn't football, you know? Well, France now set to make a substitution, of course. With Paul Lacombe now checking into the game here for France. Just giving a little bit of a breather here now to Yakuba Ouattara. Well, Radovic made the three-pointer, but decided not to take this one. A step back, long two-pointer, doesn't get it. Poirier with a rebound. And France will probably settle for those shots from Montenegro. Elia Kobo reverse slam. Oh my goodness gracious, what a move. Well, Elia Kobo made it look easy. Went in with a reverse slam. Nobody came out to stop him from the help side defense. Well, there's a pick and pop now. He's made one three-pointer, takes another one. Kobo with a rebound. And now Andrew Albasi here in transition. Albasi dishes back out to Poirier, gets a handoff here. His baseline, but nowhere to go, just to see of red and yellow jerseys. Just coming off the foot of Radovic. Well, Vladimir Mikhailovic now checking into the game as Poirier into the basket. Turns around. I thought he was going to throw it down with a bit of authority, but right now, it's just being carried along by Vincent Poirier. John Radaba now pick and pop here. Radovic. Radovic giving off to Mikhailovic. Goes down the middle all the way. Avoids the block. Goes in with a finger roll. Well, he avoided the block there of both Vincent Poirier and Louis Laborie. All right, stills it. What do we have here? Bit of showtime. He lays it up there. I think the home crowd obviously happy with the 2 points, but the viewers there expecting maybe a bit of a throwdown, but nonetheless, 2 points there for Montenegro. Elia Kobo now coming off one screen. France now just looking a little bit nervous with the basketball. Baseline, reverse dunk again. Vincent Poirier trying to go with the reverse dunk. He's fouled in the process by Radovic, so Monsieur Poirier will go back to the free throw line. Probably just lost his balance there. Well, you just go into the game right now, ladies and gentlemen. The legend, not only a famous basketball player in Turkey, but all over Europe, Monsieur Matambaye. He's going to play the power forward role now as Louis Laborie will go to the bench. Well, the one thing about Matambaye is this guy can play inside the post, but also play on the perimeter. Probably one of the most dynamic professional basketball players you will see in the international game. But Poirier missed the second free throw. Still a 1 point lead here to France. Well, Montenegro now just trying to build some momentum here. And there's a quick three-point. The three is up, and the foul has been committed by Bal Lacombe. So that's going to be 3 free shots now here to Vladimir Mikhailovic. Well, Mam Jaté now is coming into the game here for Les Bleus. So Vincent Poirier taking a break as the big man coming in. So Vincent Collet trying to mix his bench up at the moment. Well, interesting enough is that Vladimir Mikhailovic started his career with the club that he's currently playing for, which is KK Monaba. Also played for Filou Ostend back in 2014 for the great Dario Georgia. So back in 2018, playing for one of the powerhouses of Polish basketball, Anwil Voselek. And Mikhailovic makes a second free throw and gives Montenegro a 1 point lead here early in the first quarter. Elia Koba now kicks out. Ball Lacombe, corner three, doesn't get it. Well, France again, they've had a few options from the perimeter, but haven't been able to knock him down. Tries to go all the way off the backboard, doesn't get it. Jaté with a rebound, and now well, Matambaye now goes baseline. We'll find Jaté under the basket, goes up, and a beautiful play there. But it all starts with Matambaye, well, the facilitator. Finding Mam Jaté under the basket. The big man, very quick hands. Avoids the block and finishes very aggressively. And just under 1.5 to go here. France holding on to a 1 point lead. A great play there by Montenegro again. Mix up on the pick and roll there by Radovic. With a simple jump hook underneath the basket. Elia Kobo now just getting the ball off Naladon. Kobo goes all the way, misses it. The foul has been called. I'm not sure they called the foul on it. They called it on Radovic, or if they've called this one on. Maybe on. Let's have a look at the replay here. Well, there's Radovic, number 11. Yep, it's going to be called on Radovic. Well, look at the hesitation there by Maledon. Just makes it look so easy getting around the defenders. Well, Teo Maledon now, you can see 21 years of age, standing at 193 centimeters. See, last season playing for the Oklahoma City Blue in the NBA G League. Was selected in the second round of the 2020 NBA draft by the Oklahoma City Thunder. Well, was the LNB Pro A champion of France. Also named the best young player that year as well as the French Cup final MVP. So plenty of accolades to go to the young player's name. Well, Vasilije Bacevic now checks into the game along with Igor Drobnjak. Well, Drobnjak, of course, is going to play a very key role here in the backcourt now for Montenegro. And this could be a potential 2-for-1 here if Montenegro can get a field goal, but going to have to break down. Well, that is a deep Hail Mary three. Well, what a pass! That has got to be the assist of the week. Well, the layup made by Bacevic. But I got to see the replay of that. Well, 4 seconds difference now between the game clock and the shot clock. As a Kobo all the way, lays it up uncontested. Well, Montenegro still have time here. Can still get one last shot off. He's going to go the length of the court all the way. Well, catches his own shot, but ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first quarter, this game is all tied at 15 apiece between our host Montenegro and France. He should have dished it off. I mean, he had a few options. We'll take a look at some of the stats and the highlights, of course. So far here in the first quarter, Montenegro shooting only one three-point field goal from downtown. France yet to make a field goal from the perimeter. But Les Bleus are 5 for 8 for the free throw line here this evening. Well, both teams now with 5 field goals from inside the rainbow. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Well, the tempo is key in this game, of course. You can see both teams really just trying to find a bit of rhythm, of course. Well, Vincent Poirier lead the scoring so far with France. And there was Radovic, of course, stepping out. You know, when you have those bigs, and they're able to step out to the perimeter and start making shots, it makes the defense spread. It's a smooth move by Elia Kobo. Well, there was a turnover by Andrew Albasi, but Ivanovic just coming up with a steal there, laying that one up in transition. Well, looking for a Matt to bite down the baseline. Finding Jate under the basket. Well, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you download and subscribe to Courtside 1891, where you can follow all of the live games here from the FIBA World Cup qualifiers and all international basketball for that matter. So possession now will go to France as Nicolas Lang checks into the game now here for Les Bleus. So Teo Maledon will play the point guard role in the backcourt along with Paul Lacombe. Well, Mam Jate will also be the center here for Les Bleus. And Matimbai will be the power forward, excuse me. Well, Maledon now coming up one screen. Maledon, oh baby! Throws it down. Incroyable! Well, Maledon with no regard. It just puts everybody on a poster. Merci beaucoup. Well, that is why help side defense does not fall asleep when you play against France. Well, 5 seconds out here on the shot clock. Montenegro's got to get a shot off here. They take the three. The three is up, no good. Well, Matsubai with a rebound. We're going down low here to Jete now. Jete bangs. Jete turns around. Simply unstoppable there. Now Jete there just going to work. Well, the assist coming down low from Paul Lacombe. Well, left wide open now. There's a three-pointer off the backboard. Doesn't get it. Gets his own rebound. Montenegro just hanging in there right now. They're trying another three-pointer. Mikhailovic doesn't get it. Another rebound by Matsubai. France now looking to push this one. Lacombe now finding Nicolas Lang. Throwing again down to Jete. Jete going baseline, spinning around. Good ball movement here. Mateo Maladon for three. Way off the mark. Well, it's good ball movement here by France, but probably a few options there. Shots could have been taken a little bit early. And now Montenegro patiently trying to build up their play here. Under 10 on the shot clock. Hesitation now in the lane. Beautiful. Gets rejected. Well, Matsubai with no regard. Lacombe comes up with a bit of transition. Maladon now lays it up. No foul called. Well, Montenegro applying for a spot at the FIBA World Cup, but the application was rejected by Matsubai. As he tells Drobniak, get out of here. Well, there you see the QR code there for courtside 1891. Ladies and gentlemen, use the QR code to get all the streams, schedules, and scores here. Remember, right now it is the FIBA World Cup qualifiers, but also more international basketball all over the world. Courtside 1891. Well, Montenegro now trailing by 6 points here at the beginning of the second quarter. Again, just trying to find some identity here on offense. They turn it over yet again, but France turn it right back over. The poor communication there between Nicolas Lang and Teo Maladon. But again, Montenegro just give it right back as Ivanovic throws it away. Jete now looking for a handoff here with Maladon. Kicks out here to Nicolas Lang. Jete has been unstoppable now. Turns around, jump hook, in and out, doesn't get it. But just knocked out off the top rim, and now Montenegro can try to push this one. In the lane now, beautiful pass up. Oh my goodness gracious, with a two-handed rim rocker. Well, he just throws it down under the basket with no regard. And that's a one-way to response. Well, now we got a 2-on-1 here in transition. They lay it up, and Montenegro just trying to get out of transition, put France under a bit of pressure. Zugic now gets his first 2 points of the game. It's Maladon now coming off one screen, finding the Matsubai. Maladon now down the middle, gets fouled. Doesn't get the and one, but the foul was committed on the ground. And that is the first team foul. It's better. Corneli now comes into the game here. The former Le Mans basketball player. Maladon now coming up on screen with Jate. Tries to throw a lob to Jate under the basket. Jate goes up and again, simply unstoppable. Well, it's good work there by Teo Maladon, of course, but you know, Montenegro have to find ways to put him under pressure. They turn it over now. We got numbers ahead here. Elliot Kobo. Kobo just lays it up in transition. It's France now retake a 6-point lead. Jate now having to pick up on the basket, just a little bit too much on it. The foul has been committed. So now Zoran Nikolic is going to the free throw line now here for 2 shots. That's what Montenegro need to do right now. Try and come up with those offensive rebounds, just go for those second chances. Was the ABA League champion back in 2018. Spent a few seasons of his career playing in Badalona in the ACB. Standing at 213 centimeters. He missed a second free throw, but again, another offensive rebound here for Montenegro. You gotta love the hustle. In the lane out baseline, throws it down one more time with a bit of authority. Well, he's just having fun out there right now. Baseline, two-handed jam. Illich. Oh, baby, you gotta love it. Well, Corneli now. Mateo Maladon's gonna get called for a traveling violation. Andrew Abbasi is gonna check back into the game now here for France. Well, by the lore of the game, it's definitely an extra step, but again, you'd have to make the case, of course, that if you're gonna call those calls, you have to make them the case for almost every scenario of the game. Ivanovic now pulls up in the mid-range, doesn't get it. Another offensive rebound here for Montenegro. All the way strong, aggressive move. Goes straight to the basket there. And that is Fedor Zugic. Zugic now goes up to 4 points. It's Montenegro within 2 points here against France. Well, the three is up, the three is no good. It's France now struggling still from the perimeter. Well, Zigic all the way. Zigic with a two-handed jam in transition. Well, nobody came to stop him. Well, he went in like Dr. J there in a Montenegro jersey. Right in transition, no help side, one result, two-handed jam. And now the whole crowd just started to get into this one, so emotionally, Montenegro begin to pick themselves up. Cornelia, of course, was drafted in the NBA in his youth years, never really made that return to the NBA. Well, from the very northern part of France in the city of Calais. Was selected by the Denver Nuggets back in 2016 in the second round. Poirier now baseline finds Cornelia. Poirier now spins around, goes up, tries to dunk it, but no foul called. And now Montenegro looking to push this one again. It's in the hands of Ivanovic. Ivanovic goes in, baseline. All of a sudden now momentum going in favor of Montenegro as Ivanovic is fouled, but he's fouled in the process of shooting, so Nikola Ivanovic is going to go to the free throw line here for 2 shots. I mean, look at this. Watch Poirier here, just tries to throw it down, but no foul called. It wasn't even a block shot, of course, but Ivanovic started his career kicking Manaba back in 2010. So in 2016, moved to Athens, Greece, where he played for AEK Athens. 1 season in the Basketball Champions League, but currently now this year was playing in Belgrade in Serbia. As he makes his second free throw. Well, 2-point lead now here to Montenegro as Ivanovic leaves the game now with 6 points. Montenegro now staying in the 2-3 zone here, inviting France to step it up from the perimeter. It's Albasi now. Poirier now, he takes the jump shot, and that is why they've gone to the 2-3 zone. Well, it's interesting that you can see France not really establishing a high post there against the 2-3 zone, and just, you know, very static as well. Well, Radabot now coming off one screen. A few seconds left here on the shot clock. Backdoor play. Well, turns it over. And now Albasi finding Maledon here in transition. Maledon is fouled. The foul is on the ground, so it will be a sideline ball hit to France. Well, sometimes you do see those given as an unsportsmanlike foul, and I think maybe the officials are just discussing this one. There's no attempt to play the basketball whatsoever. I wouldn't be surprised if they review it. Yep, they're going to review it. So this could be a very poor decision by Radislav Spasijevic. Again, he reached out with his right arm there, preventing Teo Maledon in transition. So we will have a review here. Spasijevic right there with the reach. The officials now, this is what they're very good at, deciding how to look at this replay, but see from a closer angle, right with the right arm here. There. Now, is that a genuine attempt to go for the basketball? I don't think so, because he does grab the jersey a little bit. I would not be surprised if this is upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul, which then is going to mean that France will get 2 free throws, and then they're going to get the ball back. So that's one of the things you see here in international basketball is the prevention, well, the, you know, stopping the prevention of a fast break. That's why we have the unsportsmanlike foul to keep the game more about finesse than brutality, of course. Well, the decision has been made. It's been upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul. So Théo Maledon is going to get 2 free throws, and then France will regain possession one more time. Théo Maledon's come off the bench very effectively so far. 5 points here in the game. Takes his 3rd free throw here this evening. Already 1 for 2 from the charity stripe, but 2 for 3 from the field thus far. Very much a very quick finesse player. He missed the 2nd free throw. Well, he will take a breather now as Paul Lacombe is now back into the game here for France. Well, free throws wise, France is shooting 6 for 10 from the charity stripe. As Montenegro 57 and 4 for 7, so neither team really getting to the charity stripe this evening. Albasi with the crossover, Albasi reverse layup. Well, he's now fouled. And Andrew Albasi will go to the free throw line as well for 2 shots. Well, look at the crossover there. I mean, that is vintage textbook Andrew Albasi. He's just been a top professional every time he's represented the French national team, of course. Originally from Sèvres, France. Stands at 178 centimeters, but just tough as nails. Also started his career at Paris, Levallois, Metropolitan. Last season was also playing in the Spanish ACB as well. Complete fan favorite, of course. Just renowned for his hard work ethic. Suffocating defense here, you can see right now. Well, obviously almost came up with a steal there. So there's 7 seconds now on the shot clock here for Montenegro. Currently trail by 1 point. Well, 3 is up, it's no good. Spasijevic goes up and it gets the offensive rebound. And the man who committed the unsportsmanlike foul makes up with it for a 2nd chance point there. So Lacombe now finding Vincent Poirier. And the handoff here, Albasi. Can he get the 3, but he's fouled on the 3-pointer by Jonah Radaba. Well, Jonah Radaba now, you could probably expect him not to make those kind of errors, of course. I mean, this level, you cannot afford to be jumping up, fouling a shooter in the air, because now Albasi will go to the free throw line here for 3 free shots. Well, he makes the 2nd free throw now, tying the game up at 29 apiece. And, you know, you could argue right now at this point, 2 very good teams, of course. France being one of the powerhouses of international basketball. Neither team really gripping their identity on this game at the moment. Well, fakes the screen now. You can see there's going to be a wide open lane there. Pat Popovic trying to dish that one off, but Ivan Juranovic, if he caught that ball, it's going to be one outcome, of course. Goes in the corner now. Finds Radovic. Radovic right over Poirier. Nails the shot. He did so well there to avoid the block from Poirier. A bit of a mix-up there with Paul Lacombe and Poirier. Poirier wants a foul, but I don't think he's going to get it in that scenario. what you see right now. Both these two teams just very frustrated at the moment. I think what you'd like the way they'd like to play at the moment is spread the floor, run a few pick and rolls to get some open looks on the perimeter, but credit to their defenses, of course, just being able to frustrate each other. 6 on the shot clock now. There's a pick and pop of Radovic. And Radovic is fouled by Vincent Poirier. Poirier there, you can see he's going to have to leave the game now as Mamjete now comes back into the game. Well, he's been the one player that Montenegro have had a lot of problems with. 8 minutes, he's scored 6 points so far. Only 1 rebound, but he's just such a big player to post up against. There's a Kubo Watara now, 4 seconds, you got to get something going. They got to force it up, Hail Mary 3, and the shot clock doesn't get it. A great hustle here by Montenegro. Well, Mihailovic just dived out of bounds, or dove out of bounds, excuse me. And threw that one off of Yakubo Watara. Big hands there by Mamjete, and Albasi comes up with it. Albasi is fouled now. That's a 15 foul. That's a silly foul to give away. So now, Andrew Albasi is going to go back to the charity stripe here. Well, Pavlicevic, yeah, just no communication for him when the ball screen was set, so he had to fight around it. It's interesting, you look at the French bench, and of course the body language look very concerned at the moment, but they're undefeated here in the World Cup qualifiers. I mean, tough game for them so far. 10 for 16 for the free throw line here for France, but again, in much better position than the other teams, of course. Well, Albasi makes a free throw, ties the game up at 31 apiece. Well, we got a timeout now as Montenegro want to talk it over.
Da odigramo jedan dobar one rotate. Okay. Do tebe. Ima, vidiš ređe, može, nema. Hand off, Zoki Šunjak se doje kategorije, okej. Znači, dobar, evo, momci. Izgubili ste 10 lopti našu neke, dajte te, daj banemo polje, evo. Dajemo sve neke lopte, jebi ga, naš, ogromi što se to skidaju. I onda idemo tamo trčanje, ajde. Daj taj neki pocket pass.
Ako me bude čuvala četvorke, napašću ga. Zoki sakres ispod, ako ne pada, vidi ispod, ja napadam ispod.
Znači, idemo, dobar one rotate.
Ako je 5, idem hand off i gore, može?
Ajde. Slušaj, odbrana. Red.
Ajde, zacrno gore, svi. Svi.
Well, there's obviously quite a lot of time there between the game clock and the shot clock, so either way, if France, Montenegro score, France going to stop. They're going to get one more shot, but you know, Montenegro will want to try and get one last field goal before the halftime break, just to give them maybe a little bit of confidence going into the second half. Montenegro has only made one three-point field goal so far in the game. France 0 for 6 from downtown, but they've gambled here. This is a wide open player, but Montenegro now going to slow this one down here. 14 on the shot clock. Well, Popovic now gives this one back. Mihailovic goes down low here to Radovic got it by Louis Laboré. Radovic now goes in with a tough shot and gets it. I don't think he was looking at the basket. Well, somehow, someway, Nemanja Radovic, I don't think he was looking at, let's have a look here. Look at the angle he takes us at. I mean, he's got one eye on the basket. That's almost vintage Larry Bird. I don't think he had full vision. Well, that is what you call 2020 peripheral Nemanja Radovic vision. And that's being guarded by Louis Laboré. Well, Louis Laboré, as we mentioned, the draft rights still being held by the Los Angeles Lakers through a midseason trade that they had, but I don't think there's anything more he could have done there against Radovic. Well, we got 7 seconds now here for France to get one last shot off. Well, Maledon now is going to take this one all the way. A few seconds left. Maledon all the way, goes up and goes straight over the backboard. Not quite sure what the officials want to review here. Maybe because when it touches the top of the backcourt, it's an out-of-bounds violation. So it's very possible that there's time left on the clock. I think there's probably a second left in the game here as it touches the top of the backboard. Let's have a look here. Maybe just over a second left. There. Or maybe just under is possible. So it's the back they're looking at probably. So either we're looking at 5/10 of a second left, or they're going for a second left. Okay. Well, no, they are going for 5/10 of a second. So Montenegro has 5/10 of a second now. Well, 5/10 of a second left. They're going to throw this one across court. And it comes to nothing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first half, France now trailers one 33-31 against the host Montenegro. Well, statistically, as we mentioned, only one three-point field goal made between these two teams. France have been 0 for 6 from the perimeter, while Montenegro 1 for 11. Not the best shooting night for either of these two teams either. Montenegro only 4 for 7 for the charity stripe, and France currently at 11 for 17 from the free throw line. Well, the rebounds going in favor, of course, of Montenegro. Both teams now with 7 assists and equal on the steals for that matter. Well, leading scores so far here for France, Vincent Poirier with 7 points. While for Nemanja Radovic leading the way here for Montenegro. Well, take a look at some of the stats, but during that time, go get a drink. Let's take a look at the highlights here for the first half. Well, France obviously came out with a bit more knit and grit, of course, control the tempo of this game, but Montenegro have been able to crawl their way back into this game. Well, Vincent Poirier with his 7 points leading the way for Les Bleus, as we mentioned. But at the moment, they need other players to step in and step up. has been the key maker so far, along with, I mean, look at this, two-handed throwdown. Teo Maladon. That's been the key thing for them, is trying to get things going in the low block for France. It really would help the case if they can just get a few more perimeter shots going. But Illich with a two-handed rim rocker. Just showing the athleticism. Advantage now. Again, there was a two-handed dunk again by Illich. Deja vu. There was Zugic in transition. Nobody came out to stop him.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Italy, Tumba rejects him, but he says, no, monsieur.
And they hammer home the advantage with a half court. Drops it inside, stolen, pocket picked. Great finish. Super finish under pressure.
Gavin Schilling in for Germany. Schroeder still in. Little, oh, what a pass. Little dime, little drop-off pass. And Schilling at the front of the rim throws it down. Germany attack and blocked again by Theis. Not in this house.
Sepala with a good defense. Hawkinson not able to find anything except that, folks. And look at that, and one by Beer Garden.
You can't complete at no angle to finish. Going the other way. Going upstairs. And to the gumbo! At speed. Hit the runway, throws it down.
Just a miss from the line for him. Oh, a little leak out from Israel, but it's rejected by Panicka, doing everything. And a block to the stat column as well.
Hello, Markkanen. I mean, just the ability of Lauri Markkanen and what he can do offensively.
with the quick hands, the steal and the two. Weedle to the glass. Crowd liked it. Weedle throws it down hard.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, now to the second half of this FIBA World Cup qualifying matchup between our hosts, Montenegro, and the visitors, France. The hosts right now leading by 2 points. It's been a very interesting game so far. Neither team really trying to solidify themselves. At this moment, of course, 33-31 in favor of Montenegro. Right now, you just have that feeling that if one of these two teams just starts to get things going, of course, the outcome could be very different for that matter. Well, top scorers in this game, as we mentioned so far here for Montenegro. I mean, they've been led by Nemanja Radovich. Radovich with a 1 3-point field goal, 3 for 3 from within inside the rainbow. While for France, Les Bleus, they are being led by Vincent Poirier with 7 points. Well, 2 for 7 from within inside the paint, of course. 3 for 4 from the free throw line. All the top scorers, Théo Maladon, and not to mention Mam Jeté, the big man. But France really are in need of some inspiration at the moment. That's one thing head coach Vincent Collet is renowned for, getting his players to play very hard. We get all of the live games, highlights, not only from the qualifiers, but from worldwide international basketball all around the globe. We're going to be set now to start the second half here. It looks like Montenegro is going to have Nikola Ivanovic, Zoran Nikolic, Petar Popovic, Jonah Radaba, and Radosław Spasijevic. Well, Albasi, Amatsambai, Elia Kobo, Ouattara, and Poirier all in for France. Well, Radaba now, he can make these 3-pointers, doesn't get it. Ouattara comes up with it. He's just going to slow this one down here. Well, interesting now here for Les Bleus, Les France. With both Albasi and Akobo in the line of 2 renowned point guards. Akobo now gets fouled, goes up off the backboard. Well, Elia Kobo immediately just goes to work. Well, that is what I call excellence. Well, Elia Kobo now will go to the free throw line here for a 3-point play. Well, just exciting basketball play to say the least. Well, doesn't make the 3-point play, but well, Radaba now trying to go to work here against the Kobo. Pulls up in the mid-range now, takes it, nails it. And Jonah Radaba. Well, we're going to see him do that next year again in a yellow and black jersey, but this time in the ACB and not in the German Bundesliga. Albasi bounce pass, finds Poirier, pump fakes, Poirier goes up. Well, Vincent Poirier will go back to the charity stripe here for 2 free throws. It's a nice little pick and roll sequence there. You see 2 Montenegro defenders just having to go out because of the speed of how Andrew Albasi well, the big man makes the first free throw. Some good years that he had playing in the NBA, of course, coming back to Europe. Spending a lot of his time playing in the Spanish ACB of a recent with some of the top teams. Well, 35 apiece now between France and Montenegro. We'll pick a pop now with Jonah Radaba. Radaba now pulling up from the mid-range, taking it, nailing it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, did you know Jonah Radaba started his professional career playing in Sweden? And right now he's running rings all over France in the mid-range, Mr. Automatic. All of a sudden now this game's starting to have a little bit more flavor. There's Elia Kobo. Kobo cross court, finds a Matambai, and the shot clock, the 3. No good, doesn't get it. It's baseline, goes in, great defense by Matambai. That's why he's in there, of course. Kobo crosses over, tries to go baseline, almost turns it over. Finds Vincent Poirier. Ouattara for 3. Again, France still struggle for the perimeter. Well, 22 rebounds now in favor of Montenegro, only 17 here for France. As Ivanovic pulls up in the mid-range, tucks it away. 4-point lead now here to Montenegro. Well, obviously now finding the Matambai, tries another 3-pointer, doesn't get it. They can't secure the rebound. Spasievich now comes up with it. Well, penetration all the way, goes up high, doesn't get it. And that goes out of bounds, and that is going to be France ball. Well, it's amazing that he avoids the block, of course. Just how high he takes that one. Well, the presence of Poirier just does enough there to put the layup off. Well, Ouattara now. Poirier puts up a little floater. Vincent Poirier just goes to work right now. He now moves up, remaining the top scorer in this game at the moment. 11 points now for Monsieur Poirier. Ivanovic now curls the screen, puts up a little floater. He can't get it. Well, Albasi comes up with it. That's Poirier in the middle. Poirier goes up and he lays it up. And Vincent Poirier is taking this game over. And at the moment, Montenegro having a problem dealing with the big man, just running the legs, just doing the intangibles at the moment. The foul has been committed by Yakuba Ouattara. Well, Ouattara now picking up his first personal foul here in the game. A great defense there by Matambai, but not enough there. Again, beautifully tucked away there by Zoran Nikolic as he gets his first 2 points of the ball game. Well, Ouattara thought about taking the 3-pointer, steps in for the mid-range, but finally gets one to drop. Again, he's found it very tough here from the field this evening. Getting some open looks, but been unable to knock him down, of course. Well, Andrew Albasi on defense. Crosses over. Oh, it's beautiful, but wasn't able to finish it. Ouattara goes in, tries to finish, and Vincent Poirier, one more time. S'il vous plaît, monsieur. Well, Poirier now moves up to 50 points. Again, not the foundation big man who you give the ball to and just making things happen, but I would call him Mr. Intangible. Jonah Radaba. Radaba time. Well, somebody give Lenovo Tenerife a phone call, because Jonah Radaba is putting on a clinic right now. What we can expect in the Basketball Champions League next season from Senor Radaba. Elliot Kobo now finding Poirier. Poirier now finds Albasi, back to Poirier in the middle. Poirier goes up. And again, just smart basketball there. Well, what I like about Vincent Poirier is because you realize, I'm not going to muscle around here with Zoran Nikolic. Take the ball out, get it to Andrew Albasi, and right there, simple bounce pass. And Monsieur Poirier is going to go back to the free throw line. Well, that is what I call a high basketball IQ. Well, Mihailovic now checks back into the game here for Montenegro. Well, he missed the first free throw. Again, it's very interesting when you think about the strength and just how great the French national team really are. But at the moment, 13 for 21 for the free throw line this evening. We'll make that 14 for 22, but 8 missed free throws. You think about it, that's an 8-point lead right there to France. Well, Montenegro, on the other hand, only have gone for 7 free throw shots here this evening. Only 2 for 13 from downtown. So again, it just goes to show that it's a good basketball game we got here, but not the best from either of these two teams. And that's just beautiful textbook give-and-go basketball. Well, the pick and roll started by Nemanja Radovich. Well, as Poirier leads the way for France, Nemanja Radovich leads the way here for Montenegro with 11 points. Elliot Kobo all the way, wraps it around, doesn't get it. Well, no foul called. Now Radaba, 3 in transition, doesn't get it. Well, Jonah Radaba being an addition to this Montenegro national team. Again, is going to have to adapt to the style that Montenegro love to play at. Kobo now was Poirier. He tries a mid-range, doesn't get it. No foul called. Back to Radovich now. Over Vincent Poirier, nothing but net. And it's back to a 4-point lead here to Montenegro. Again, it's a pick and pop here between Ivanovic and Radovich. Well, Kobo now. Well, Manenbai had the baseline there. There's Ouattara. Ouattara hesitates, pump fakes, hits nothing. And now here, Jonah Radaba. Radaba, transition, lays it up. That's a 6-point lead down to Montenegro. And that's the Collet. Has to call timeout. Well, Vincent Poirier, on your head, son. There's the QR code, ladies and gentlemen. Scan for the live stats and more there on the FIBA World Cup qualifying app. A 6-point lead now, biggest the lead has ever been here for Montenegro. And Maladon now in the game here, finding Louis Labouré. Well, Jatse's got hands all over him, but no fouls been called. Well, 5 seconds now for Elie Kobo. Albasi now, big three, still can't get it. Well, France just can't buy a bucket. Oh, what a pass! Oh, baby! That is unbelievable! Illich! But they gotta go back to the pass on that one. I mean, look at this. That is Olay moment. Alexa Illich with no regard for human life. Well, that has to be the pass of the qualifiers. That is what France needs to do right now. Feed the ball to Jate. And just get Montenegro. Radovic now picks up his third personal foul. Remember, he is a top scorer for Montenegro in this game so far with 13 points. Elie Kobo now in the lane. Hangs in the air off the backboard, can't get it. Mikhailovic now giving this one up to Jonah Radaba. Wait, turn it over as Maladon draws a foul there against Mikhailovic. Well, that is just a BEA useful moment in international basketball. I gotta tell you, the pass is what made it just so exceptional. Well, Mam Jate now has to come out of the game, probably just to a slight little injury, I believe. So it's gonna be 2 free throws now to Théo Maladon. Well, Maladon makes the first free throw. Well, this is key for his development, because you think about these NBA players going over to the United States, whether they play in the NBA or the G League, and then coming back and having to adapt to the international rules of FIBA. Well, here comes a steal, and we got another unsportsmanlike foul against Montenegro. Again, they don't want to keep making more mistakes just when they start to build the momentum. All of a sudden now, so Théo Maladon back to the charity stripe, and France will get the ball back again. He makes a free throw. Well, 3 for 4 from the last 4 attempts now for Théo Maladon. Again, it looks like he's getting into that game mind right now. And Maladon now coming off one screen. Oh, what a pass! And Poirier gets rejected. All the way to the basket. And I think what you're going to have is 2 points there, because the basket was touched there. A 7-point ball game again here. Maladon now give it up to Nicolas Lang. Gets caught a double team now. Finds Poirier. Poirier pump fakes. Poirier tries to throw it down. It goes back to the free throw line. And this poor man is just working so hard. You can see right now, all he wants for Christmas is one slam dunk. That's all he's asking for. He gets in the right positions, but every time he gets the ball, it's because he's a great player. The Montenegro defenders, they collapse on him. Well, Ilic picks up his first foul now. Well, Monsieur Poirier, 16 points tonight. 2 rebounds away from a double-double. Got to credit. I mean, he is just a fantastic professional basketball player. I think what they're trying to figure out here is, well, I'd be surprised if they go for an unsportsmanlike foul here. Well, maybe there's an elbow to the face here, probably from that angle. This would be the 3rd unsportsmanlike foul. Whoa. From that angle, yes. At least my opinion, of course. Right there across the face of Poirier. I mean, from the previous angles, it does look like a regular block shot, but the arm goes right across the face and does connect. What's upgraded? Montenegro have committed their 3rd unsportsmanlike foul of the basketball game. He just can't believe it, but he should have no arguments. Well, Poirier has to lead the game as now Penza Corneli missed the free throw. Well, makes the second one now, cutting it down to a 6-point ball game. Well, the man from northern France in the city of Calais. He was drafted by the Denver Nuggets, went back briefly, but ended up going to the G League. Let's see how Maladon now keeps alive here. Run 10 the shot clock. Well, Maladon turns it over, sloppy play. 2-on-1, pump fake in the lane, doesn't get it. Radebo the offensive rebound. And now we got 8 seconds difference between game clock and shot clock now. Jordan Radebo, that's not a bad foul there, but the problem is now France don't get a chance to get the ball back possibly because it's gonna be 4 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Well, Pavlicevic now will inbound the ball here for Montenegro. Well, this is Jordan Radebo time. Pick and roll here. 6 in the shot clock now for Radebo. And a foul's been committed. Need to call that one a tail. Maladon for the reach in from behind. Well, Well, France now with no more fouls to give, and again it's on Maledon. The home crowd now getting very frustrated. That's going to be the second person. They're going to review this, yeah. So now France going to get a taste of their own medicine here. Let's look at the replay here. Well, it's possible. It's very possible. Again, that's where Théo Maledon, spending a year away from international basketball. Watch his right arm here. They may upgrade that. Upgraded to unsportsmanlike. Again, just a very unintelligent play there by Théo Maledon. Well, anytime you play the international basketball, you have to be aware of the environment, aware of the terrain. Again, anytime you make a foul that isn't a true attempt to play the basketball, you're just inviting the officials to make that call, which will be an unsportsmanlike foul. So now Montenegro get 2 free throws. They go up by 8 points. And with 4.6 seconds left, no more fouls to give. They've got an excellent chance to go double digits now. And Montenegro now, Ivanovic all the way, wrap around off the backboard, doesn't get it. As France were able to force a poor shot there from Illich. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the third quarter, Montenegro lead this one by 8 points, 56-48 over Les Bleus of France. We'll take a look at some of the stats and some of the highlights here from the third quarter, of course, by France. Again, 0 for 11 from downtown, while Montenegro shooting only 2 for 14. Not a great perimeter shooting night for both these two teams. Vincent Poirier leading all scorers in this game with 16 points. Well, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you download the Courtside 1891 application. There is the QR code there to get all the best streams, schedules, and scores. Remember, Courtside 1891 here, where you can watch and follow all of the best games here in the qualifiers and international basketball all over the world, for that matter. France now, Maledon for 3, still can't get it. He goes out of bounds. That will be, well, that's going to be France ball, actually. Well, Como now Well, Maladon, can he get the first three? No, he cannot. Jorge with a rebound. Finding Jate now. Maladon from the mid-range. This time he gets it, cutting it down to a 6-point ball game. In the lane now, dishes off Ilic. He is fouled in the air. So Ilic will go to the free throw line. Full of 2 shots. Well, this is a shooting foul, interestingly enough. The Franz have to dig deep defensively here. Ivanovic pulls up, doesn't get it. Poirier with a rebound. Well, Maladon now getting a handoff here. Jate, they're going to call an offensive foul on Jate. Well, the wrap of the arm, there's no need to do that, of course. I mean, Jate should be able to cement the position against Ilic with the size and physicality, but Radaba now pulls up again for the mid-range, doesn't get it. Now Maladon here in transition. Maladon is fouled. That's going to be the first team foul now here for Montenegro in the 4th quarter. Poirier now getting a hand off for Elio Kobo. Kobo off the backboard, and he kisses that one off the bank of a Kobo. Well, he just went to the ATM machine and basically withdrew a little kiss off the backboard there. A Kobo bank. It's open, baby. I mean, how do you guard that? That is unstoppable. I don't think there's much more Ivanovic could have done on defense, but Montenegro nonetheless going to call timeout.
One rotate for you, okay? If you don't have clearly, pick and roll, okay? Poslije toga, sljedeći napad, igraj, motion down. Nije noć sada, damo koš, ajde. Gola, a nije stigate 3 povlači.
As we mentioned, it's amazing that Franz is still in this game because they haven't been able to make a single perimeter shot. Well, Montenegro right now with Ivanovic on the point guard duty, Jonah Radaba, Mikhailovic, and Alexa Ilic, and Zoran Nikolic down low. And there's a love pass, good hands there by Jate. Well, Montenegro still keep hold of the basketball, but well, they have 8 turnovers in the game, as do Franz. So really, it's just been a game that neither team's really been able to cook things up from downtown. Ivanovic now down the lane, puts up a little floater, in and out, doesn't get it. And the rebound secured by Nicola Lang. Under the basket, man to Jate, and finishes that one so easily. Well, the assist coming from Teo Maladon. Well, Maladon now moves up to 2 assists. Jate, he now moves up to 8 points. It's now a 2-point ball game now. Radaba now trying to run off the screen. Alley-oop. Well, gets rejected by Vincent Poirier. Well, Maladon now looking for the space, goes in with a fangirl, and he ties the game up at 56 apiece. Well, Teo Maladon is running rings around the Montenegro defenders. Well, Montenegro now have yet to score here in the fourth quarter. There's the kick out, there's the three-pointer. Well, the foul has been committed as Nicolas Long, I don't know what he was thinking, running right into his space. I mean, now it's going to be 3 free throws here for Mihailovic. Well, Mihailovic now, steady game so far this evening. Makes the first free throw. He's 0 for 3 from the perimeter so far, but now he's 4 for 5 from the free throw line. Makes the second one. Well, Montenegro, 9 for 12 for the charity stripe this evening, but if you look at France, of course, 18 for 28 from the charity stripe. If you just make half those free throws, France will be in front of this game. And right now, they find themselves down by 3 points. Well, Albasi now coming off one screen. Chatey now. Poirier under the basket. And a traveling violation. Let's have a look at it. Nice little build-up play. Well, again, it's one of those, if you call those in, if you slow the game down, you'll find that it's going to be 100 travels in the game, but by the lore of the book of basketball, does he take an extra step before he dribbles? Yes, he does. Mihailovic dribbles out of bounds, and you can see Andrew Albasi is like, I didn't touch it, but okay. Montenegro now, 6:21 to go here. In the late dish off, wraps around, doesn't get it. The follow-up no good. Chatey with a rebound. Remember, Montenegro need to win this game. Poirier now, got by Radovic, look for a handoff. Maladon, can he get it? Finally ties the game up, and Teo Maladon hits the first three-pointer of the night for France. Well, the assist coming from Monsieur Poirier. Well, Montenegro need the win tonight. Well, no good there from downtown, but again, a rebound has been secured now by Elia Kobo. Well, just under 5.5 to go here, tie ball game. Down the lane, little floater, doesn't get it. And the rebound secured, and now Montenegro transition. What do we have here? The block shot, but it's gonna count because it touched the backboard. Well, Vincent Poirier, yeah, you gotta credit the hustle. This is why Vincent Poirier is a true professional. Half court, even though it counts, just does everything to get back in time. But nonetheless, the 2 points will count for Montenegro. He is just a perfectionist. You gotta love Vincent Poirier. Well, man, Chatey now with the jump hook, and Vincent Poirier, again, he is everywhere this evening. Well, he ties the game up. He now moves up to 18 points. Has a double-double with 11 rebounds. Well, if he gets 9 more assists, which is unlikely, the 3 is up, it's no good. And now France with a chance to take the lead there. Maladon now, Chatey, top of the key. doesn't get it. Well, that's a silly foul to give away there by Abdul Al-Bassi, because now France have no more fouls to give. Well, Al-Bassi is one of the greatest on-ball defenders here in Europe, and again, one thing you can never take away from Al-Bassi is his work ethic, desire. But again, it was a very poor decision there. Tie game now, 61 apiece. Ivanovic, well, great defense, and that's why Al-Bassi, as I mentioned, although he made a poor decision on the foul, but that is why he is one of the best defenders in Europe. Chate now finding Teo Maledon. Maledon now in the lane, takes it 10 feet, doesn't get it. Poirier now battling for the rebound. And France just cannot seem to take the lead here against Montenegro. Ivanovic now looking for a handoff here. Mikhailovic now trying to use any screen he can to get past. So here's a switch now, 3 seconds. Mikhailovic off the backboard, doesn't get it. The tip back, no good. But Montenegro again come up with a loose ball. Under 3.5 to go now, 61 apiece between Montenegro and France. Ivanovic with the ball in his hands. 2 seconds, Ivanovic, step back, deep three. Poirier with a rebound. And now France, for a third attempt now, will try to take the lead here. Kobo now getting a handoff. Kobo now in the lane, 8 feet. And finally, France take a 2-point lead. Well, they have dominated here in the fourth quarter. France will lead this quarter now, 15-5. And they lead this one, 63-61. Timeout now to Montenegro. There's Elia Kobo. Well, Kobo's had a very good game here this evening. 12 points, 6 for 9 from the field. 4 rebounds.
Jaka je pomoć sa brod masa. Znači, katuj ti ovdje, okej? Znači, jaka je pomoć sa brod masa. Ovaj kat, ovaj šir. Tako je, ovaj kat, ovaj šir, okej? Ajde ovako. Momci, vjeruj, ajde ovako. Prevedimo opet. Idemo. Motion, ti budi. Ajde ovo koš, ajde ovo koš.
Well, there's the 1 3-point field goal for France. 1 for 14, 7%. I mean, that is a percentage that they will not be proud of tonight, regardless whether they win or lose this game. Well, Yakubo Ouattara is back into the game, so the lineup that France have out there: Manjate, Andrew Al-Bassi, Teo Maledon. And I think Elia Kobo has gone to the bench. So Vincent Poirier, well, Elia Kobo is still on the floor, actually. In the lane now, ties the game up, and it was that easy by Mikhailovic. And that is why Montenegro have to keep being aggressive and keep attacking the basket. Well, Kobo just sends Ivanovic. Ivanovic reaches in. Kobo just sends him flying. And Ivanovic is like, no way you're calling the foul on me. The foul was committed before the contact. Well, there, Kobo now 14 on the shot clock. Double high three coming. In the corner finds Ouattara. They go to Majate. Majate is fouled on the ground. Well, this is good for France now because if Vincent Collet wants to call timeout, well, France can get one more foul, then Montenegro will have no more to give, actually. So, smart play there to get the ball down low to Majate. Well, if we look at the foul trouble right now, it's only Vincent Poirier with 3 fouls for France. For Montenegro, well, Zoran Nikolic, he has 4, so he's on the bench at the moment. But both Radovic and Mikhailovic have 3 apiece. Well, it's going to be a sideline ball now here. 63 apiece between Montenegro. And the official just having a word there with Vincent Collet, excuse me. Confusing both Vincent Poirier and Collet's names. My apologies to both. Well, Andrew Albassi will inbound the ball now. Ready Kobo now, quick to attack the basket. And Kobo finds Majate. Oh my goodness gracious. Give this man some credit. Well, under the basket and puts Montenegro on a poster. Incroyable. Merci beaucoup. Well, Majate with a one-handed jam. Well, there's the quick drive now in the lane. Doesn't get it. Goes out of bounds, but it will be Montenegro ball. Well, Jonah Radaba now will inbound this one. Gets a handoff. Quick three-pointer. Radaba nails it. Big time three-pointer. Well, he is loving life here in Podgorica, and he's going to be loving life in La Laguna next year for Lenovo Tenerife. Well, Albassi now coming off one screen. Finds Poirier. Majate under the basket. Well, he's fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line now. I think the foul is going to be on Mikhailovic. That's going to be his 4th personal foul. Well, look at his catch and shoot there. Jonah Radaba, muchos gracias. You're going to hear that next season in the Basketball Champions League. Well, these are big free throws now here for Majate. Well, hearing it from the crowd, can he deal with the pressure? Makes the first one. Well, 11 points this evening for the young man. Well, originally from Pantin, France. Can he give them the lead? Missed a free throw. Well, it's a tie ball game now. Well, Montenegro, again, this game has been like a roller coaster. Ivanovic now all the way, dishes off under the basket. Well, they missed a wide open look, but Ivanovic, he missed it. Well, he will go to the free throw line now here for 2 shots. Well, huge free throws here. Makes the first one. Makes the second one. Well, obviously now with the ball in his hands. 2-point lead in Montenegro. Backdoor pass. Elia Kobo off the backboard, and he ties the game up. Well, Elia Kobo, again, was the play that gave France the lead. Well, now under 50 seconds to go in this game. In the lane now, the finger roll. He missed it. Majete, he's fouled, and he will go back to the free throw line. Well, big free throws down for the man who started with the INSEP Academy. Makes the first one. So he gives France a 1-point lead. Again, misses the second one. 1-point lead now here. Ivanovic now, big moment here. Pick and pop now. Thought about taking the 3-pointer in the lane. Havala, big time shot. Oh, that is just a big time play. Well, that could be. There's a pump fake in the lane, and he says, Laku noć, Paranica. That is for you, Montenegro. Ivanovic with the dish off. That is going to be a defining moment. Nemanja Ivanovic, remember the name. Well, France now trailing by 1 point with 27 0.4 seconds left here in the game. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Elia Kobo with the ball in his hands. They're currently with 14 points. Big possession out here for France. Kobo now finds Théo Maledon. Maledon all the way. I missed it. Keeps it alive. Maledon hangs in the air. Still can't get it. Poirier. It goes out of bounds. It's going to be France ball with 5.9 seconds left. Well, 2 attempts there. Well, Andrew Albassi will inbound this one here for France. 5.9 seconds left. France, can they win this? Inbound now. Akobo, step back, three-pointer, doesn't get it. Well, the game is over at Montenegro. Their hopes of qualification are still alive. Well, they have done it. France succumbed to their first defeat here of the 2023 FIBA World Cup qualifiers in a very exciting matchup here against Montenegro. Well, it was Nemanja Radovich with the winning floater that won the game here for Montenegro. Well, there you can see, of course, France only one three-point field goal and still lost the game by only 1 point. Well, Montenegro 3 for 18 from downtown, 25 field goals within the rainbow. Well, they out-rebounded France 41-35. Had 1 more assist for that matter. France did have 8 steals. But tonight, Montenegro, they win this one. Radovich and Radaba combined total of 27 points. Mikhailovic chipped in 11. Vincent Poirier with 18. But it's all over here tonight in Podgorica. Well, Jonah Radaba came out the second half. A lot more confidence in his mid-range shot. Making things happen, of course, here for Montenegro. Remember, it was France that defeated Montenegro in last season's FIBA Eurobasket qualifiers. Ivanovic again just ran rings around the pick and roll, just made things happen this evening. And that was the one-handed rim rocker transition by Ilic. But Ilic again showing the athleticism, just running the length of the floor. Phenomenal basketball player. Well, France again, the perimeter struggles really was the difference here tonight. As Les Bleus, only one three-pointer was from that man there, Théo Maledon. There's where Manjete, of course, came into big effect, of course, for France down low. That was the block there by Vincent Poirier. That was the big key difference, the three-pointer from Chona Radaba, which turned the tide of the game, of course. Well, the group standings, France remain on top, Montenegro in second, and Hungary fall back to third. One more game of the group. Portugal, their World Cup qualifying campaign comes to an end. Well, more games to come here, ladies and gentlemen. Just switch over the channel, courtside 1891. But for now here in Podgorica, it is La Cunoche.